As we age, our immune system naturally weakens, making us more susceptible to infections and less responsive to vaccines. This process, known as inflammaging, is a chronic low-grade inflammation that increases the risk of many diseases, including type 2 diabetes mellitus (T2DM). T2DM is especially common among older adults and is linked to a range of health complications, from cardiovascular disease to increased infection risk. But what if a common diabetes medication could help reverse some of these immune challenges? In this video, we explore groundbreaking research on metformin, a widely used diabetes drug, and its surprising effects on the immune system of elderly individuals with T2DM. Inflammaging refers to the persistent, low-level inflammation that develops with age. This state not only increases the risk of chronic diseases but also impairs the body's ability to fight infections and respond to vaccines. The immune system's B cells, which produce antibodies, become less effective, leading to weaker protection against viruses such as influenza. Understanding inflammaging is crucial, as it sets the stage for why elderly individuals, especially those with T2DM, face greater health risks and why interventions targeting inflammation could have far-reaching benefits. Type 2 diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disorder characterized by high blood sugar, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation. In older adults, T2DM is not only common but also particularly dangerous, often leading to complications like heart disease, kidney failure, and increased vulnerability to infections. The combination of aging and diabetes creates a perfect storm, further weakening the immune system and reducing the effectiveness of vaccines. This makes finding ways to support immune health in elderly diabetics a top priority for researchers and clinicians alike. Metformin is a well-known medication prescribed as the first-line treatment for type 2 diabetes. Originally derived from a plant, metformin has been used for over 50 years to lower blood sugar and improve insulin sensitivity, but recent research suggests its benefits go beyond glucose control. Metformin also appears to have anti-inflammatory and even anti-aging properties, making it a fascinating candidate for improving immune function in elderly diabetic patients. Scientists are now investigating how metformin might help restore immune balance and enhance vaccine responses. To understand metformin's impact on the immune system, researchers at the University of Miami recruited elderly T2DM patients, both those taking metformin and those not, as well as healthy elderly and young individuals. Participants received the seasonal influenza vaccine, and their blood samples were analyzed before and after vaccination. The study measured B cell function, antibody responses, and markers of inflammation and metabolism. This comprehensive approach allowed scientists to compare immune responses across different age and health groups, shedding light on metformin's unique effects. B cells are a vital part of the immune system, responsible for producing antibodies that neutralize pathogens like viruses and bacteria. In healthy young individuals, B cells respond robustly to vaccines, generating strong antibody responses. However, aging and chronic conditions like T2DM can impair B cell function, leading to weaker immunity. The study focused on how metformin might restore B cell activity in elderly diabetics, potentially bringing their immune responses closer to those of younger, healthier people. To assess how well participants responded to the influenza vaccine, researchers used a hemagglutination inhibition (HAI) assay. This test measures the level of antibodies in the blood that specifically target the flu virus. Higher HAI titers indicate a stronger immune response and better protection. By comparing HAI results across the four groups, elderly T2DM with and without metformin, healthy elderly, and healthy young, the team could determine whether metformin improved vaccine-induced immunity. The results were striking. Elderly T2DM patients taking metformin had significantly higher levels of flu-specific antibodies after vaccination than those not on the drug. In fact, their antibody responses were comparable to those of healthy elderly and even healthy young individuals. This suggests that metformin can restore immune function in elderly diabetics, helping them mount a more effective defense against infections like influenza. Not all B cells are the same. Some subsets like double-negative DN B cells are known to be highly pro-inflammatory and increase with age and disease. The study found that elderly patients not taking metformin had higher frequencies of these inflammatory B cells. However, those on metformin had B cell profiles similar to healthy young individuals, with fewer DN B cells. This shift suggests that metformin helps rebalance the immune system, reducing harmful inflammation. The researchers also measured markers of inflammation within B cells, such as TNF-alpha, IL-6, and P16-INK4. These molecules are part of the senescence-associated secretory phenotype (SASB), which drives chronic inflammation in aging. Metformin significantly reduced the expression of these markers in elderly T-DM patients, bringing them in line with levels seen in healthy controls. Lowering these inflammatory signals is key to improving immune function and reducing disease risk. Aging and diabetes push B cells into a hypermetabolic state, increasing their glucose uptake and energy production to support inflammation. The study used advanced techniques to measure glucose uptake and metabolic activity in B cells. Metformin-treated patients showed reduced glucose uptake and normalized metabolic profiles, similar to those of healthy young individuals. This metabolic shift is important because it supports healthier, less inflammatory immune cells. Metformin's effects on B cell metabolism were measured using a mitostress test, which evaluates oxygen consumption rate (OCR) and extracellular acidification rate (ECAR). These metrics reflect how cells generate energy, either through oxidative phosphorylation or glycolysis. B cells from metformin-treated patients had lower OCR and ECAR, indicating a less hyperactive metabolic state. This change is associated with reduced inflammation and improved immune function, highlighting metformin's role in reprogramming immune cell metabolism. Another important finding was that metformin reduced the secretion of autoimmune antibodies by B cells in elderly T-DM patients. Autoimmune antibodies can attack the body's own tissues, contributing to chronic disease and inflammation. By lowering these harmful antibodies, metformin may help protect against autoimmune complications, further supporting its role as an immune-modulating therapy. The study found strong correlations between metabolic activity in B cells and immune outcomes. Higher glucose uptake and metabolic rates were linked to more inflammation and weaker vaccine responses. Conversely, metformin's ability to lower these metabolic markers was associated with better antibody production and less inflammation. This highlights the intricate connection between cellular metabolism and immune health, especially in the context of aging and chronic disease. Elderly individuals with T-DM are at high risk for infections and often respond poorly to vaccines. By improving B cell function and reducing inflammation, metformin could help this vulnerable population achieve better protection against diseases like influenza. These findings open the door to new strategies for enhancing immune health in aging, potentially extending beyond diabetes to other chronic inflammatory conditions. Metformin's benefits may reach far beyond blood sugar control. Its anti-inflammatory and metabolic effects suggest it could be repurposed as an anti-aging therapy, supporting immune resilience in older adults. Ongoing research is exploring whether metformin can help prevent or treat other age-related diseases, making it a promising tool in the fight against the negative effects of aging. While the study's results are promising, it's important to note that the sample size for elderly T-DM patients not taking metformin was small, due to ethical requirements for immediate treatment. More research is needed to confirm these findings in larger, diverse populations, and to explore how metformin might benefit other groups at risk for immune dysfunction. Clinical trials are underway to test metformin's broader anti-aging and immune-boosting effects. All participants in the study provided informed consent, and the research was approved by the Institutional Review Board at the University of Miami. Ethical standards are crucial in clinical research, especially when working with vulnerable populations such as the elderly and those with chronic diseases. This ensures that findings are reliable and that participants' rights and well-being are protected throughout the study. To sum up, metformin not only manages blood sugar in elderly T-DM patients, but also enhances their immune responses, reduces inflammation, and lowers the risk of autoimmune complications. By normalizing B cell function and metabolism, metformin helps bridge the gap between aging and robust immunity. These findings could have significant implications for public health, especially as the global population continues to age. As research continues, metformin may become a key player in strategies to promote healthy aging and immune resilience. Its ability to target both metabolic and immune pathways makes it a unique and valuable tool. Scientists are optimistic that with further study, metformin could help many more people live healthier, longer lives with stronger protection against infections and age-related diseases. In conclusion, metformin offers hope not only for managing diabetes, but also for enhancing immune function and reducing inflammation in the elderly. This research highlights the interconnectedness of metabolism, immunity, and aging, and points toward new possibilities for improving health in later life. As we look to the future, metformin's story reminds us that sometimes, old medicines can have new and powerful uses.